out the team folds! Hat Picks! Hello friend, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another edition of Steve's Hat Picks, where we take a look at the best from around the NHL over the past week. This week's is good. I mean, I assume so. I haven't shot it yet, but I'm about to. I'm in the middle of it, but there's one, probably two Hat Pick of the Year candidates in this video. And they're going to be a little more towards the end because that's called a tease. Our first hat pick goes to the real heroes of every hockey broadcast. You don't tune in to watch the goals. You don't tune in to watch the saves. What do you tune in for? The broadcasters, absolutely. Here is Sean McKenzie defending himself against an unruly fan.
Everywhere, sir. Sir, we're live here. Do you mind? Sir. Tourists. Sometimes so clueless. We will have puck drop.
Get it? Get it? It's his dad! That's his dad! I laughed very hard, and shout out to Sean and whatever his dad's name is for that very funny bit. Robert? Is it Robert? For our next few hat picks, how about some milestones? Connor McDavid gets 2 cracks at his 60th goal of the season, and he buries it on the second one.
Watched by Bouchard, Valimaki across, stolen away, Draisaitl turned, McDavid the breakaway to win it! Wrist shot, no, off the post! Rebound, Travis Boyd. McDavid set up by Draisaitl, another breakaway, this time he wins it! Connor McDavid, his 60th goal! Edmonton 4, Arizona 3! Providing 27 million Canadians with access to 5G.
Well, you guess what it is. There's the first opportunity. Beautiful pass by Draisaitl. McDavid's lucky. He didn't break his stick. He was so mad that he missed because he had to go to the same move. And this time he says, yeah, I'm going to bury this for my 60th and the game-winning goal in overtime. What a couple of passes by Leon Draisaitl. I mean, he had that puck on a string. 4 assists for Draisaitl in this game, and this one, the game winner in overtime on another beautiful move by Connor McDavid. Wow.
How about that stick's durability? It took 2 significant springboard collisions.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't happy.
He's ridiculous. He scored twice there. He beat the goalie twice there. He just didn't beat the post the first time. It's funny. I've seen some Oilers fans pointing out that McDavid's 60th goal and the lead up to it hasn't quite gotten the same fanfare as Matthews hitting 60 last year. And I know why. The reason is because last year it wasn't obvious. It wasn't a given that Matthews was even going to get to 60. He ended up just getting there with a pair of goals in the second last game of the season. With McDavid, it almost feels like a waste of time talking about 60 because he's hot on the trail of 70. He only needs a hot week and he could do it. Not to mention the cap era record Alexander Ovechkin set many years ago of 65. It seems like McDavid should blow right by that. And it's assuming he plays every game, but what if you rest before the playoffs? There's a lot at play here. But forget all that. His 60th was memorable. That's a hat pick. Now, 30 is only half of 60, but it's still impressive because most players can't even get close to 60. Sidney Crosby scored his 30th of the season for the 11th time in his career, tying a Penguins franchise record. Tied with a guy named Mario Lemieux. I don't know if you ever heard of him. It's not just that Crosby hit his 30th. Check out how he does it.
Really have to dig in. But the guys in the studio really made a great point. They had kind of simplified things here with the depleted defense that they have.
Offensively, Penguins have scored only 1 goal the last 2 games. Nice move by Crosby. He scores!
Looks like he's going inside, and then he comes back outside. Gerard was skating forward there. He never even got... He starts turning forwards. He thought Crosby was going to go ahead, and then he just lost where he was. And you talk about an incredible shot on the backhand.
Far down. Ping! From the backhand. Arguably the best backhand ever? Definitely of this generation, but maybe ever? Said it before, I'll say it again. Sidney Crosby is just one of those players we will not fully appreciate until after he's retired. He's got his 30th goal, ties the franchise record. He's almost for sure going to hit 1,500 points at some point before the end of the season. The dude is a walking hat pick. For our next milestone hat pick, Alexander Ovechkin breaks Wayne Gretzky's record for most 40-goal seasons with 13, with, like, the worst goal of his NHL career.
When play began this evening, a big night in the NHL, 12 other games going on. Wilson cross ice, Ovechkin to the goal mouth, score!
And here goes Wilson to Ovi right across the paint. And again, here goes Wilson to Ovi right across the paint. And there you see Strome and Blankenberg fighting for that puck. And it looked like Strome got the inside position on their D, and it's a tap-in right there. Maybe it's Ovi's.
That should really be in Dang It. Shouldn't that be in Dang It? Ovechkin scores his 40th. He doesn't even know that he's done it. He assumes that's Dylan Strome's goal. But this dude's so good at scoring goals, he gets the other team to do it for him. That is legendary and interplanetary. That's a hat pick. And our final milestone hat pick, Raphael Harvey-Pinard of the Montreal Canadiens scores his first career NHL hat trick. Now, he doesn't get in hat picks just because he scored a hat trick. Check out the celebration for the hat trick goal.
Up to Matheson, over to Hoffman, and scores! Raphael Harvey-Pinard with his first career hat trick. What a night for Harvey-Pinard.
Ah! Did you catch that? He did. Did you hear? You get the joke? He got the joke. Look at Pinard's stick as he skates by the bench.
What a night for Harvey.
He caught the hat on his stick. What are the odds of that? Extremely low. Although, I have seen it before. Who did that? RHP. He cannot be stopped. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, there have been a lot of conversations about who is going to be the next owner of the Ottawa Senators. Well, we just found a new front runner, Jack Hughes.
And he wanted to rush with it. Instead, threw it across the neutral zone looking for Hamonic. He peels back, and Hughes will carry it ahead. Gains his own. Jack Hughes to the net and scores!
Zone. He attacks right down the middle of the ice and forces you to either take a penalty or let him go to the net. And with the hands and the finish, he opens up Ferguson's legs and slides it to the 5-hole with the forehand. No opportunity there as the forwards are moving back to slight pick at the blue line on Gambrell. I feel like if you get picked at all at the blue line when you're killing penalties, if you go...
That dude carved through the whole team like butter, like soft butter that's been left out, and like with a hot knife, not like when it's in the fridge and you get an old knife and it, like the butter, like it doesn't even have the serratedness on it, and you're trying to spread it on the bread and it's just ripping a hole in your toast. Where was Jack Hughes? That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, I'm gonna need Bill Nye or like some other scientist with a podcast to explain the mathematical odds of this, because Hughes once again has a chance to win it in overtime, but he hits the post. Matt Boldy of the Minnesota Wild gets the rebound. He's only got 6 seconds to get the puck all the way down the ice and score, and he does it.
Hughes takes the bump. Hughes shoots.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Inside of the post.
Boldy looking to beat the buzzer. 3 seconds. Boldy's in. He scores.
That's unbelievable.
Matt Boldy beats the buzzer.
Slips. This one's off the pipe, and look where it caroms. Perfectly for Boldy. I mean, you can't be any unluckier, and that's a beautiful finish with, what was it, about 0.5 seconds left in the hockey game. You'd hope to get it to a shootout. There's Hughes. He beats the goaltender, Gustafson, rips it off the inside of the pipe. I can't believe where that landed for Boldy. That they had no time. If it didn't land perfectly, that he could...
Ken Danico's reaction is the best. I can't believe it. You can't get much more unlucky than that. You're absolutely right, Ken. That's a dang it and also a hat pick. Anything can happen in Jersey. I will never stop doing an impression of Ken Danico when I have the opportunity. For our next hat pick, whoa! Blinking, you might miss it. Here's Clayton Keller.
And the Coyotes will get it out back to center. Valimaki. Trying to take a shot, fanned on it.
Moved along and a goal! Clayton Keller, point number 80!
Valimaki fans on this one, hunts his puck down.
and gives it to Keller in the middle of the ice, and he just turns and fires. Right there. Rodriguez all over him. There's no room. There's no time and space. Look at Rodriguez on Keller. He's holding the stick all over him.
Listen, there's not a lot of fans at Mullet Arena, but the ones who are there, Clayton Keller has given a lot of reasons to stand up and cheer this season. On top of this, he's just the second player since the Coyotes moved to the state of Arizona to top 80 points. He's doing unreal. That's a hat pick. Sticking with the Coyotes, Karel Vejmelka, unbelievable toe save against the Avalanche.
Every other line wants to match that sort of intensity. Here's McCarr pivoting. Kale around two men. Kale is in. Kale, a wraparound. Saved by Vejmelka. I can't believe it.
It's a combination here. Look, he's thinking, I can get to the post. But a couple of Coyote sticks just got in the way, and that prevents the true wraparound right there. And then Vejmelka comes across with the miracle toe. What a shot that is.
He stretched the heck out of that save. I saw on Twitter years ago someone talk about like what goalies look like under their shell, like they're a bug, you know, like a hermit crab kind of. And I've never been able to unsee that. And this save, Vejmelka stretches so far that you can see what he looks like, you know, under the shell. Like you can see his leg. You're not supposed to see the leg. It's weird. Goalies don't have legs. They have pads. That's it. That's how they go to bed at night. What are you talking about legs? Masterful save. That's a hat pick. This next hat pick is a flurry of saves late in a tight game. Here's Carter Hart.
Zarnik back out, comes this way for Cup. Shot save made, Hart rebound, is around, another rebound, it didn't go! Carter Hart sliding across, Rob Berggren.
Shoulder save to start it. Second stop there. Now he gets across and makes the save. That go in his glove. It's going to go in his glove. What a stop by Carter Hart. An incredible concentration. There's a high stop there of the shoulder. There's a stick poke check.
Not just a glove save, but a diving glove save, and the Red Wings can't believe it. And I spoke to a number of Flyers fans. This makes up for the 1997 Stanley Cup final. They're over it now. Was that? Oh, okay, I'll tell them. It doesn't, actually. I spoke to them and they said it doesn't. Our next hat pick is not just a hat pick, it's the new resident of Steve's Paddle Save Emporium. Here's Jeremy Swayman.
Find Chatfield in the Bruins zone. Teravainen shot, Swayman loses the handle, still kept out of the net. Puck still loose. Diving play there by Connor Clifton, might have saved a goal. Now this puck just ekes out over the Bruins blue line.
Or did Swayman get a paddle on that rebound chance? I think he may have gotten a paddle on it, and whoa, that was highlight reel.
It is remarkably unfair that the Boston Bruins have Linus Ullmark, who won the Vezina this year, but by like Christmas, and they have Jeremy Swayman as their backup. Like the way he's played to start his career, it is not out of the realm of possibility that Swayman could challenge for the Vezina himself one day. Swayman, that's a hat pick. Our next hat pick is a hat pick that robbed us of a hat pick. Here's Kevin Lankinen, but watch Mitch Marner.
With Riley, off the head of Marner. He didn't do that on purpose, he did. And a dunk! Oh, did you see that? Kevin Lankinen takes it away from Calle Jarnkrok.
Look at that, he totally did it on purpose and made sure he got a bouncing puck. Good job by Matthews following up, and how about this save? Jarnkrok actually bared down there pretty well. He made sure he got it up into the top third of the net, but sliding across and staying as tall as he could.
Ah! Now, it's not that he made a save against the Leafs. It's not that. But Mitch Marner heads the puck on purpose, like a soccer player, and it goes directly where he wants it to, into a scoring situation. A scoring situation that should have led to a situation where they score. But instead, Kevin Lankinen robs Calle Jarnkrok. Absolutely robs him with an incredible save. That's a hat pick. Down to our final two hat picks, and if you liked the last one because it involved the Leafs getting robbed, you'll love this one because this might be a save of the year candidate. Here's Ilya Sorokin on Eric Gustafsson.
Bunting searching along the half wall, gets it back to Riley along the blue line. Now Marner with speed. Oh, what a stop by Sorokin on Gustafsson!
Johnson.
I mean, this one goes without saying. Look at all this action in front of Sorokin, and he still reads a play, comes across, and makes this save on air.
Well, first things first, that looked ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You're not supposed to be able to make that save. That is supposed to be a goal 99.9% of the time. Another way to look at it, it was an impactful save. You might have noticed looking at the score bug, it was 1-0 for the Leafs when that save was made. After that save was made, the Islanders ended up winning 7-2. You might say it turned the tide just a little bit. That's a hat pick. And our final hat pick is a goal of the year candidate. And on this one, Ilya Sorokin does not come out on the winning end. Here's Kent Johnson of the Columbus Blue Jackets with the flying Michigan.
Gavin Bayreuther with a quick shot blocked in front of Sorokin. Jackets get it back. Kent Johnson, Lee unable to get a stick on it. Look at that. And there's the Michigan. Kent Johnson circles the net and then sends it home. It's 3-2 Columbus. Unbelievable.
You can just feel in the crowd, they're amazed as they're waiting for the replay. Kent Johnson on a backhand, he doesn't do the wraparound, he goes for the Michigan, something this kid does all the time in practice, and that's his first Michigan in the National Hockey League. And see Sorokin, he feels it coming, and he right there tries to get his neck across, but Kent Johnson picks it up with ease, stuffs it top shelf. Highlight reel goal here for the Blue Jackets to take the lead for the first time tonight. How about that?
Dude! Now, you have to consider this has been done before. Not just the Michigan, but the flying Michigan. Trevor Zegras did this to the Montreal Canadiens, remember. But I would like to add a couple asterisks. Number one, the delicious move that Johnson made beforehand into the flying around the net into the Michigan. But also, and people might forget this, when Trevor Zegras did the flying Michigan against the Montreal Canadiens, no one was in the building. That was during a quarantine period where no one was allowed in the building. This one was not. Check out the reaction of the fans.
Time in practice, and that's his first Michigan in the National Hockey League. And see Sorokin, he feels it coming, and he right there tries to get his neck across. But Kent Johnson picks it up with ease, stuffs it top shelf. Highlight reel goal here for the Blue Jackets to take the lead for the first time tonight. How about that?
John Tortorella just coping and seething. He didn't think the fans would get to their feet in awe of what they had just seen. He thought it would be like, I think you should leave. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. If it's not Dump and Chase, I don't want it. Give me my money back. Boo this sort of thing. I hope the team folds. But alas, they didn't say that. They appeared to be having a good time. And that is a hat pick. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. And tell all your friends, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this.